Lynn, and here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today. I'm sure every farmer can relate to that story. The true problem is people dumping cats at other people's farms. That sets us up for the topic of babies on our farm. I also kind of think that the ravens going after the lambs is a learned behavior. These lambs average 80 days old at the moment. They deserve the summer off now. So let's get started. This is what we had this morning. We have found someone who does a spay-neuter clinic about an hour and a half from us. We're going to try round up the cats, but I couldn't do it now because all the females were pregnant, and obviously if they're pregnant I can't spay them, and obviously if they've got kittens I can't spay them. So I gotta wait, and I don't know where all the kittens are. This mom just had her, looks like 3 kittens under the feeder here just last night, so they're a day old. So I imagine she'll move them shortly. She's just drinking some milk right now. The mom is. And oh, there's the mom. Hi, sweetheart. Oh dear. But I can't tell you how angry it makes me that people drop cats off at our place, expecting us to feed them, house them, spay and neuter them. It's a terrible burden put on us, and it's something that city people do to farmers all over and have been doing it for years. I just got a beautiful card from a lady called Lois, and she's a new utopian on our channel, and she is 81 years old and just gave me a little story about how on her farm that they used to watch cars pull up at night at the end of their driveway. The door would open, they'd stay there for a second, and then the next morning there'd be more cats in the barn as the cats made their way towards the barns. And I'm sure every farmer can relate to that story, because I don't know how many times we've watched people do the exact same thing, and it's ignorant. Not to mention the costs they've put on to me. It's a terrible burden, and I don't know how you can get a lid on it. But these people should be held responsible, but you can't catch them. They do it at night. They're sneaky. They pop it out the driveway. And some farmers will look after the cats, and others will shoot them, poison them, or just ignore them till they die. Sending and dropping off your cats at a farmer's place thinking that the cats will do better on a farm is not the answer, because rarely do they do better on a farm. So, pet peeve for today. No, I am feeding all these cats because I think it's terrible to let them just die. But they are wild cats. There are a few that are tame. And somehow once the kittens are all born and weaned, I'm going to start doing a roundup and catching as many as I can and trying to get them spayed and neutered. Yeah, but it's a terrible burden, because another thing is I just don't have the time to be doing all this. And I did this once before, rounded up all the cats and spayed and neutered them. And if you don't stop the problem, I'm dealing with the issue at hand, but the true problem is people dumping cats at other people's farms. If you are going to dump a cat at someone's farm, please spay and neuter it. And people will say, it's real easy, just set out live traps and you can catch them. But I can tell you that is not easy, and it doesn't work. It may work for some places, but if you've watched our videos for a long time, you know that we also do live trap raccoons and skunks and any other rodent that's wandering around the farm. And we even tried to live trap our rats when we had a rat issue here. And in over 20 years of farming, I have never in any of those live traps ever seen a cat. The cats have a huge farm to run and hide in here, and food is everywhere. So the food is not a lure for them to go into a trap. Cats are a lot smarter than that. And so I'm going to have to somehow lock them in a room, and I don't know how to catch them without getting clawed to death or whatever. I've got a few. I was hoping to get them all tamed up, and I've got a few that are tamed that I'll be able to do. But it's not easy, and it's so stressful and such a burden. And there's someone who's pretty passive-aggressive on this site who keeps making it sound like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not trying hard enough, or it's really easy. Things are really easy. I'm complaining too much, but it's not. It's not easy. So keep your fingers crossed that I can get a lid on this, because it's quickly becoming a huge problem, and it's just adding to all the other problems that are happening on the farm and in our personal life right now. And of course, I love the animals too, which makes it harder, because I don't want to have someone come in shooting them or just ignoring them and letting them starve to death. There's Mom. She's back in there feeding them. Poor girl. So if you also have had stories about people dropping off cats on your farm or property, we'd love to hear them, and we'd love to hear what your solutions were. I know for many, many farmers, the solution for this one right here would be very simple, because the kittens are right here. They can't move. So they would go in, catch those 3 kittens, put them in a bag and drown them. That's the solution I've heard from most people. I know it's what Arnie's dad did. I definitely don't have the heart for that, and it's not going to happen here. But I'm curious, and I think people need to know what other people have done to control the cat population. So if you have any comments, please be sure to let us know in the comments below. Hi, Mommy. She's purring. I don't know if you can hear the purring from here, but I guess she's nursing them and she's purring. It's so sad. As many of you may know, this is a daily sheep farming vlog. So as a result, my videos are not scripted. We always basically videotape what's going on each day, and occasionally there will be something that becomes kind of a topic, because that's the prominent thing of the day. And today, I guess since we started off with the new litter of kittens, that sets us up for the topic of babies on our farm. So going on from the kittens, we have these 2 straggler lambs that are in this big pen all alone with their mom. They were the last born here, and I think that was about 3 weeks ago now. And we held her in here because the lambs in the other barn are just so much bigger than them. We didn't want them to get trampled or injured in a big group. Plus we have a few more stragglers that have yet to lamb. So ideally we were gonna put the next group of stragglers in with this mom, and they would all be like a group together. But it has been a long time, and we're still waiting on those stragglers over there. Like, I'm guessing June 1st, they're all gonna pop at the same time, but that's still quite a ways away. So we're debating, now that these guys are bigger, bringing them over to the coverall to join the others, where they can eat better and they can socialize. But in the meantime, Arnie has set up the little creep area again in the corner of this pen. It's a really big pen for those of you who can't remember. See, they're way back there. They like it. They have lots of freedom, get to run around and play. And luckily they're twins, so they have each other to play with as well. But it's time that they start eating creep. They are eating hay with their mom at the feeder, but we set up just a little container of creep here, and lambs, being curious, will come through this creep area to see what this new thing is in their pen, and hopefully they'll start eating the creep feed as well. The other babies that we have on the farm right now are the raven babies. These ravens have been nesting up here on the silo for I don't know how many years, but it has been years. There are resident ravens. They've got babies up there right now. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, our ravens have been a really good thing on our farm. They help clean up pigeons, pigeon eggs. They eat the pigeon eggs. I think they take the baby pigeons too for any that do hatch. So our problem with pigeons has been eliminated. We just have a few pigeons here instead of the plague that a few years ago we had. The ravens also eat all the afterbirths and have never caused any problems whatsoever for us. I think we don't have problems with ravens attacking lambs because we're always here and we are lambing indoors. I think if we had a dead lamb and it was sitting there for any period of time, probably they would go peck at it because that's just nature. That's what their job is. But they don't even go anywhere near any sick or newborn lambs. But as you've seen by our videos, we are here for probably 95% of all births. And we're lambing in the winter time too, mainly. So the ravens aren't around overly much. Like, it's not like they're flying around the fields every day and picking off lambs. But never a problem with them. They do fly into the barns after we leave. And it seems like they know that we've had a lamb, because they'll fly out of the barn with the placentas, and we don't mind that either because it saves us from cleaning them up. I realize that some people have problems with ravens, but here, like I say, these ravens have been here for years, so for us it's not a problem. I also kind of think that the ravens going after the lambs is a learned behavior, and it's the same thing with coyotes taking lambs, or foxes or whatever. I think the problem is more when you're out on pasture and in nature, because if you're lambing out there, it's only natural that predators are going to go towards it. In the barn, it's not outdoors, so it's not so natural for them to go indoors and try stalking lambs. And because they've never done it, and they've been here for, I'm guessing 7 years easily, and ravens are really long-lived birds, they've never done it and are therefore unlikely to do it. I do think it's a learned behavior. So if you're in the pasture and you've just eaten a dead lamb, because that's part of your instinctual nature, and then you've done that a few times, then you're going to start realizing that if you fly around the fields, that there's food out there, because there's some dead lambs, usually, always. I mean, that's the nature of lambing too. And once you've started doing that, then if you have a newborn lamb that's just plopped down and maybe not moving around too much, or maybe flopping a little bit, but mom's looking after another lamb, why wouldn't that predator think that that lamb was something that was dying, because they know it's food? So it's not a good thing for people on pasture, but it is a natural thing. And I think that's why we don't have that issue. It's not a learned behavior. I do think if ever one did get a lamb in the barns, then we would maybe have to start shutting doors and stuff so that the ravens couldn't get in, because now they've learned it. Same with coyotes, anything. Once they've gotten a taste of it, they're going to keep on doing it. But with us, ravens are great. And then we get into the lamb babies on our farm. These are the older of the bottle babies. They're basically only getting half a bottle a day, once a day now. And really, I could take them off anytime. It's just me being soft, letting them have the half a bottle a day. But probably next week I won't give them any more. And this group will be weaned off. They're definitely big enough and old enough and eating food now. Some people wean their bottle babies way sooner than they wean their babies on their mums. But we wean them basically at the same age we wean everyone else in their age group. Oh, do you have a stuck head? My goodness, get your head out of there. Push it out, there you go. So, like Nani here, she's a bottle baby. And I told you I'm gonna wean these guys off probably next week. And although she's in the younger group here with the other bottle babies, she is the same age as the Suffolk lambs that we just weaned off. We put the bottle babies in this group in here because the lambs here were all a little bit younger and we had them confined in one area. And we kept one barn totally free of bottle babies, so it was just our way of organizing things. So technically these are from that first group that we're just in the process of weaning right now, and so they're old enough to be weaned. This is the second group of bottle babies. These guys average about a month later, so they're now on 2 bottles a day. And they're doing fine. You can see that they're eating and growing well. There's no issues in this barn. Gimpy's in this pen. And there's a few orphan babies in here. And then we got the quads that we're supplementing too. So, and lots of triplets. Mainly this pen is the pen of multiples because all our triplets and quads and trouble seem to come at the end of lambing this year, which seems to normally be the case. There we have little Nancy over here. We'll go show you her to show you how she is progressing. Hi, you look nice. Where did she go? So there's little Nancy by the creep gate there. She's still little Nancy, little. She was born to that ginormous Dorset ewe. And she's doing fine. Oh, there's her brother. That's the 2 of them right there. Brother, sister, right at the gate. They're doing fine with mom, but they're one of the last ones born in this pen. But little Nancy was born like a severe little pipsqueak, like maybe a couple of pounds. And she's holding her own, doing well. Let me try see Big Betty's lamb, because she's here as well. Where are you? No, it's not you. Well, she's here too. I can't, she must be back there somewhere. She's normally up here at the creep feeder, but she's never missed a beat. She's eating creep feed. I saw her yesterday drinking at the water. She's probably stealing food because she's really young and yeah, she's in great condition. She's eating, she's never crying. So she's got a lot of buddies here and a lot of food and is doing well. Next time I see her, I'll show her to you. But right now, she must be having a nap under the feeder because we just finished feeding all these sheep, and usually after they eat, they go have a nap. So for lambs, we have the ones that are still on mom and learning how to eat creep feed. We've got 2 groups of bottle babies and younger lambs in this barn. In this barn, we have the poor tortured lambs who are in the process of being weaned. Hi babies, how you feeling? Are you feeling a little hard done by? It's not fun, is it? But as you may notice from previous videos, it's a little quieter in here. Hi. Everybody seems to be doing well, and you can see we got a whole lineup of lambs at the feeder. These lambs average 80 days old at the moment. Some are up at 100 days now. Just a few that are that old. The ones that came in really early, maybe in the first 2 weeks of lambing. And I don't think we have anyone that's less than 70 days old. So I can see over by the drinker there that it's a free-for-all. So that usually means that the drinker is dirty and they're wanting water. So I'm going to run over there, check that, make sure it's clean, because you always want to have fresh, clean water, especially for lambs, but for everybody. It's always a critical thing. Final barn, we have the weaned ewes, and we have a few of the Dorset lambs that evaded capture yesterday. But Arnie's got them locked in here, so I guess we're gonna try get this little group of Dorsets that are left back over to the wean group, and they're gonna get weaned today too. Okay, we got some more big ones out of the Dorset pen. I think we only have little ones left in there now. Now to try get them into the other barn. I'm going to put the camera up and we'll try to show how hard this process is. They don't want to leave their own home and they don't want to leave their moms. As soon as they discover that barn, it'll be fine. Come on. There you go. There you go. Go on. Shh. 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 This is how hard it is when you have sheep that don't want to go where you want them to go. Just not a good system. Max, get out of there. Can you park it more on an angle so they can't get by it? No, if you parked sideways, it would probably block the whole thing. No, I meant the skid steer. So we got them in. You gotta feel sorry for them, taking them away from their moms. Such is life, though. You do have to take the lambs off the moms, is that by 3 months old, believe it or not, a lot of these lambs, ram lambs, could actually breed their mothers. So you have to take them off and allow the moms to dry up, not get pregnant by their offspring, and get prepared for lambing next year. And to be honest, the ewes are usually quite happy after the first day because it's a lot of pressure trying to feed lambs that are this big, and they deserve the summer off now. And the reason all the lambs are gathering around the drinker is that we have so many sheep in this barn. There's about 300 sheep in this barn at the moment, and we have only 2 drinkers, one on each side. So basically they're drinking the waters dry. So they have to go at it little by little all day long, because when they all go at once, the water pressure just can't keep up with it. Well, thanks for joining us again today at Ewetopia Farms. We're going to head out into the lawn right now and clean up some branches that got knocked down in preparation for summer. Hope you enjoyed our talks about all the babies on our farm. If you did, don't forget to subscribe down below and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.